Knock this in, 31 pickup right here. Smart! Don't think about our offense. Guard for me, all right? Here we go, 1, 2, 3, down.
Inside Notre Dame Basketball with Mike Bray is presented by TireRack.com and brought to you by Team Notre Dame members Gatorade, Under Armour, Coke Zero, and Sprint. Inside Notre Dame Basketball is also sponsored by ATI Physical Therapy, Bank of America, CBTS, Xfinity, Meyer, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Sirius XM Satellite Radio, and UPS.
I'll tell you what, on the offensive end, that was beautiful to watch, man. You know, that was efficient. That's as efficient as we've been all year. Beautiful to watch. We did a heck of a job defensively, too. We really did. And we did a great job on handling. You know, he never was able to really get into a rhythm. Thrilled for our Boston guys, man. Way to come home and get one here, all right?
Irish head coach Mike Bray in the locker room after his team set a school record with their 6th conference road victory of the season, a dominant 87-70 win at Boston College. Hello again, Irish fans, and welcome to this week's edition of Inside Notre Dame Basketball with Mike Bray. I'm Jack Nolan, joined as always by the head coach of the Fighting Irish. And Coach, pretty good week for your team. You went 1-1 and you clinched an important double bye in the ACC tournament.
Did, Jack. Played very well at Boston College. Ran into a very good Syracuse team that we had a hard time attacking their zone, didn't make enough shots. But to know that we don't play till Thursday in Greensboro, to finish in the top 4 of this league is a heck of an achievement for this group.
Now, as we record this show on the Notre Dame campus, people all over this campus and around the world are both mourning the death of Father Hesburgh and celebrating what was a truly exceptional life.
What a special man. When I got here in 2000, I would have lunch with he and Father Joyce a couple times a year. But my best memory is picking out 2 great cigars, meeting him in his office, smoking a cigar with him, and just listening. He'd give you the history. I always felt more confident when I left him. An unbelievable life, and we will celebrate it here at Notre Dame for a while.
Absolutely, and we should. Now, when we come back, we will take you to cold and snowy Boston, where a red-hot Irish team lit up the Eagles with their best shooting performance of the year.
This is Phyllis. Phyllis is headed to a science conference, so she's not thinking about tires right now. But if she were, all she'd need to know is TireRack.com. She could use their reviews to find the perfect tires for her car and get them shipped to a local recommended installer. But Phyllis isn't thinking about tires. Phyllis is thinking, I'm not really sure, but it's probably important. TireRack.com. Find, deliver, install.
The Super Bowl. It's one game for all the glory. And Xfinity from Comcast is giving you a seat at every one ever played. Xfinity brings you 30-minute recaps of every Super Bowl on demand. Plus, over 100 hours of coverage the week of Super Bowl 49 on NFL Network. Get the best seats at every Super Bowl when you upgrade to an Xfinity X1 Triple Play with NFL Network. Call today for a great low price. Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Call 1-800-XFINITY or go online today.
Sweat. It says I was here. I worked here. It says I only have so much to give before I have to take. What I lose, I want to get back. Sweat says, I earned this. Gatorade, created to help replace what you sweat out.
Even though Notre Dame has dominated Boston College since you became Notre Dame's head coach, almost all the games have been close, and I know you expected another close one this year.
Yeah, I really did, and you know, they have Hanlon, who's playing as well as any guard and can put 30, 35 on the board, and they always get up to play us. We've talked about it time and time again, Jack. I thought we got off to a pretty good start, though. Our offense really throughout the day was kind of machine-like. Nice pass inside on a post feed to Zach August to get us started. This is really good footwork by him right there. He kind of squares up. I think that's a move he will evolve into some. Great movement here again. We get Pat coming down the floor. Jaron finds him, knocks down a three-point shot transition. Love this play by Steve, but how about this play by Bonzie Colson? Back home, playing for his home crowd and playing really well. Great ball movement, extra pass, into the post. and this is the one thing Bonzi can do. He can score in the post, and he has the knack of getting fouled. Fabulous minutes off the bench. Great little probe again, and B.J. Beacham off the bench. Both of those guys off the bench, Bonzi and B.J., gave us great offensive punch all day against Boston College. Good D here. We're off in transition. Good to see B.J. doing this, too, attacking. He's more than just a jump shooter. He can get to the basket and make plays. Jaron here with a little isolation. His vision is always there, and Demetrius with a real timely cut for a bucket right here. Extra pass, how about that bullet? You know, threading the needle right there to Zach August. Great pass by Jaron, but Demetrius did stir it up using the ball screen. Kick here, we get into the lane. Bonzi Colson again, gets fouled. 3-point plays. He's just going to be one of those guys. We go zone, and Bonzi, really crafty, gets his hand on one, and we get an easy bucket. And we're starting to kind of finish the half with some great momentum. And I think it led to almost a clinic in the second half offensively, Jack. Great move by Steve. The stuff we did offensively in the second half is some of our best stuff all year. Overplay steal by Demetrius. He's pretty good at lining that up in the second half and getting one of those. Rolling hard, they react to the roll. Demetrius steps up. Great find by Jaron Grant, letting the play develop. I thought Demetrius Jackson had a real bounce back and got into a great rhythm. Wow, what a pass and probe. That is a difficult shot right there, and he knocks it down. But a great pass by Demetrius. They go zone. We go high-low right away. Zach with a bucket. And I thought Zach played well back home on his turf as well. Drive and kick. Really good play there by BJ to find Steve. Steve knocks down a jump shot. What a cut by Jaron. This is where he's really grown, moving without the ball, and a great pass by Zach August. Zach is an underrated post passer. Pat Connaughton stepping up, knocking one down, and they've been trying to get this all year. The back screen lob, great pass by Jaron. D finishes it off of there. Nice probe by Bonzi right here. And Eric Katenda right there. Great to have Eric come off the bench and knock down a jump shot.
The final stats show a Notre Dame team that shot a season best 66% from the field against Boston College, including 75% in that clinic of a second half, which matches the best one-half shooting effort of the Mike Brey era at Notre Dame. The Irish also continued their hot shooting from the free throw line, shooting 83%, including a 10-for-10 performance in the second half. And, Coach, you are really making excellence at the free throw line a point of emphasis as your team heads towards postseason.
Yeah, you know, I thought after the Duke game we really started to concentrate on that more and get more reps at it, and it's really paid off for us. It's such a great weapon. We do have a team that gets fouled because we get to the basket and we drive it and we probe. So when you can capitalize from the foul line, man, it's just such a weapon for you.
As you know, the Boston College game was a homecoming for 3 Notre Dame players who grew up in Massachusetts. We'll show you how they responded to playing in front of double and in one case triple-digit groups of friends and family members when Inside Notre Dame Basketball returns right after this timeout.
You claim you're paying too much for wireless, but isn't this what you agreed to?
Yes.
I object. We moved to cut Ms. Kapoor's rate plan in half. No one should be paying these prices to call their mother. We demand a great rate plan at half the price. I got you, Ms. Kapoor.
Been fouled by your wireless carrier? Bring in your Verizon or AT&T bill and turn in your old phone. We'll cut your rate plan in half. We'll even buy out your current contract. Visit us online or come into a Sprint store.
Half.
This is Bob. Bob's on a first date, so he's not thinking about where to buy his next set of tires. But if he were, all he'd need to know is TireRack.com. They stock over 1 million tires and can have yours shipped to a trusted, independent, recommended installer in as little as 1 business day. But Bob's not thinking about tires. Bob's thinking, should I tell her about that thing in her teeth? TireRack.com. Find, deliver, install.
Zach August, Pat Connaughton, and Bonzie Colson all grew up in Massachusetts and have ties to the Boston area. So playing the Eagles in Chestnut Hill was a special experience for all three Notre Dame standouts.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Conti Forum on the campus of Boston College in Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts, just outside of Boston, for this afternoon's ACC college basketball rivalry renewal. And this is a homecoming game for a number of Irish players. Of course, Pat Connaughton from nearby Arlington, Massachusetts. He will have between 400 and 500 family and friends here today. Zach August from nearby Marlborough, Massachusetts. I asked Zach the other night during a break of the radio show. He said he was looking for about 70 tickets. And Bonzie Colson from New Bedford. That is a bit of a drive from here, hour and a half or so. And he played his high school basketball in Rhode Island. But many people don't know his dad was an assistant coach for Al Skinner here.
07, 06, probably 09. You know how long 09 was? It was 2 years. I mean, that was the last time. No, you're not in here. Oh, you're not from Boston either, boy.
He's from New England.
You're not from Boston.
Having Zach back here in Massachusetts is just wonderful because everyone that's helped us along the way and supported us is able to come here and support him. So we're just blessed to have the opportunity.
Patrick Cotton's playing his last basketball game before his hometown crowd. You have to really love the support that he's had. As a parent, I guess you say we did a pretty good job with that kid going him up. I mean,
it's touching. The support is just unbelievable.
Oh, it's great for him to be here. You know, we're happy that he's getting an opportunity to be on the floor this time around. The first time we saw him, you know, we were cheering him on, but he wasn't in the rotation, and it's just good for him to come back home and have an opportunity to display his talents on the floor.
Right, man, ready to compete, right? Ready to compete. One trap we cannot fall into is we got a load of fans here, right? Because we got three guys from the area. They don't provide the energy. We provide the energy for each other, all right?
Right side, Grant. Inside August, he fakes and dunks it home. Excellent looking for a pass down low. Mid lane right side, August. Jumper, August, good. So Zach August off to a terrific start. He had all four of Notre Dame's points. Grant dumps it out to Connaughton. Another three. Got it! Pat Connaughton in front of the home folks and family gives Notre Dame a 7-4 lead at the 50-25 mark. Pastoria right down the middle of the court, all the way to the hoop, off the glass, no good. But Colson with the flying putback jam, and the Irish lead 11-7. Once again, the 6'5" Colson playing like he's 6'9".
Oh, big time. Good job, baby. Thrilled for our Boston guys, man. Way to come home and get one here, all right?
Normally, I would imagine you'd be a little concerned when three guys are coming home to play in front of friends and families, but those three guys combined for 38 points and 17 rebounds.
They were fabulous, Jack. You couldn't have scripted it any better. And for Bonzie Colson, coming back as a freshman, 99% of the time that doesn't work. I've done this for 30 years, and he's maybe the best player on the floor for the minutes he played. So what support we had. Pat Connaughton's group, they had 500 people.
It's insane.
It's look at it. I've never seen anything like this, and it just tells you the kind of young man and family and how they've touched people. I mean, this will never happen again. It blows my mind. I thought it was good last year. There were even more people, but I tell you what, that crowd helped us get our 6th road win.
And it was a terrific afternoon and evening for the Fighting Irish program in Boston. Now, when we come back, Syracuse brings its patented 2-3 zone to Purcell Pavilion for the only meeting between the Irish and the Orange this season. All the highlights of the game that came right down to the wire are coming up right after this. You know, when Syracuse announced it was pulling itself out of postseason play because of violations they reported to the NCAA, a lot of the cynics said, well, big deal. They're doing that because they won't make it to the tournament. You disagreed with that sentiment from day one.
Yeah, I really do. I think, and especially after their win over us, they have an NCAA tournament resume right now. They still play at Duke. They still play Virginia. So I do think they would have been an NCAA tournament team. I do think they're playing a lot looser once they made that announcement, and a lot better. Here's us attacking the zone. We got some good things, but overall we struggled and couldn't make some clean looks. Getting it to the high post is a good principle. We swing it to the corner. Pat hits a jump shot there. Here's another good one where we got Jaron to the foul line and he dribbles and we distort it and we get it to Zach. But, you know, we couldn't get enough of those consistently. Defensively here, overall, we did a very good job on Christmas. He gets loose there. I thought Zach August, it was his best post-defensive night guarding. This young man, you know, came off the bench.
Johnson was awesome.
Johnson was really good and lit us up. There's Bonzi with an overplay steal. I thought Bonzi's energy again, Jack, for the second game in a row was a key, and it was hard to have him out of the game. Nice drive by D. Zach does a great job fighting here in the second half. We're battling, we're scratching. We got a little bit better movement against the zone here in the second half by ball screening it. And I love Steve just taking that mid-range shot instead of trying to go all the way in there. Bonzi with a little release, and the man makes tough shots. I thought he would be good in the middle of their zone, and he did do some good things. Great move by D right here, just to keep on attacking and finish that thing. We got some transition buckets that made us feel a little bit better. Jaron at the high post, he knocks down a little runner right there. We moved him around to different spots. Big play by Demetrius here to get his hands on one, and what a pass to Bonzi Colson right there. Another difficult shot in the lane, and we're fighting. We're fighting and scratching. You know, we played two big guys here for a while, but we could never get that thing. You feel if you could get it tied, it would change things. Great in transition. We get going here, Bonzi running. We get an easy one there in transition, and you feel like you got a shot. But this is the play that I think broke our back. Cooney's jump shot here with two guys on him is just a fabulous shot, a degree of difficulty shot. We come back. We're still hanging in there. We get it to Zach. That's great footwork in the post and a left hand right there. Hanging around, feeling we have a chance. Real good D here. Pat with a big rebound, and he was fabulous on the backboard. Jaron out in transition, and it's a one-possession game again with 3 minutes left. So we are in this thing. This was the backbreaker, though. One possession, and this is really a tough one. I mean, that's a deep jump shot. Take your hat off to Cooney. I thought the two shots he made were really backbreakers. Pat still giving us life. One possession again with 43 seconds. We get into some pressure here. We try and press. We actually trying to foul. I wish they would have called the foul, but we can't get back and recover here, and we foul, and that's kind of the end of it for us. And I thought Syracuse played great. I love how we battled, but couldn't be quite efficient enough offensively to beat them.
The final stats show just how much Notre Dame struggled shooting from the field against Syracuse, but another stellar effort from the free throw line kept the game within reach for the Irish until the closing seconds. Now, we just showed highlights. We showed almost every basket you made in the first half. 3 for 22 from three. I mean, to beat the Syracuse zone, you say it every year, you got to make a good percentage of threes, and you just couldn't knock the shots down.
When we've had success against their program, you have to make some shots from outside. We were 3 for 22. I'd say 18 of them were pretty good looks. The thing is, though, threes against zone come in a different rhythm than come against man-to-man, and I think our guys, their timing was off a little bit. It's something we need to work on as we get closer to the postseason.
For this week's ATI Physical Therapy Play of the Week, we return to the first half of the Boston College game and the bucket that gave Bonzi Colson a new career high of 12 points and the Irish a 9-point lead. Colson would finish the game with career highs of 16 points and 6 rebounds.
Colson now to Grant. Sloppy outlet pass by BC allowed Colson to get it back. Now Grant drives into the lane. Baseline right side. Colson jumper. Got it! Bonzi Colson is 6 for 6. He has a career-high 12 points in the Irish lead, 37-28. What a homecoming. We should play in everybody's hometown.
Before earning enough cash back from Bank of America to help pay for her kids' ice time. Before earning 1% cash back everywhere, every time. And 2% back at the grocery store. Even before she got 3% back on gas. All with no hoops to jump through. Katie used her Bank AmeriCard Cash Rewards credit card to stay warm and toasty during the heat of competition. That's the comfort of rewarding connections. Apply online or at a Bank of America near you.
Gunderman Group.
Gunderman Group is growing.
Getting in a groove.
Growth is gratifying.
Goal is to grow.
Gotta get greater growth.
I just talked to UPS. They've got expert advice, special discounts, new technologies, like smart pickups. They'll only show up when you print a label, and it's automatic. We save time and money.
Time? Money?
Time and money.
Awesome.
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 I love logistics.
It's time now for this week's Ask Coach Bray question presented by CBTS. This week's question comes from Jane Golden of Fenwick Island, Delaware. Jane asks, Coach, what are the most important character-building qualities you try to instill in your players?
Well, you know, Jack, I feel I'm their best teacher because they have to take me both semesters for 4 years and even in the summer. But with that comes a lot of responsibility in growing these young men up. Forget about their left-handed layup or their jump shot. I take a lot of responsibility in that. And I think the biggest thing is to give of yourself for the greater good of a group. That theme, teamwork, having each other's back, chasing a common goal, supporting each other. I think that I get to work in that kind of setting. You see young people grow and become men, and that is as gratifying as any great win.
Junior Zach August is having the best season of his Notre Dame career, averaging career highs of 12.6 points and 6.1 rebounds per game. The best news is he keeps getting better and better, both on and off the court, as you are about to see as Zach runs this week's Inside Notre Dame Basketball Fast Break. Favorite all-time movie?
Rush Hour.
First car you ever drove?
Acura Integra.
Get up early or sleep in?
Sleep in.
Best thing about New England?
Clam chowder.
Bruins, Celtics, Patriots, or Red Sox?
All of them.
Favorite NBA team?
Celtics.
Favorite NBA player?
Tim Duncan.
Favorite part of practice?
5-on-5.
Worst part of practice?
Walk through.
Best part of your game?
Running the floor.
One thing you always hear from Coach Bray in practice?
Rebound.
Assistant coach who is most like Coach Bray?
Coach Blondis.
Best nickname on the team and who has it?
Big Baby, Bonzi Colson.
Best defender on the team?
Steven Vastoria.
Best leaper on the team?
VJ.
Best dunker on the team?
VJ.
Worst dunker on the team?
Matt Farrell.
Best dresser on the team?
Me.
Worst dresser on the team?
Steve.
Best singer on the team?
Bonzi.
Free throw contest, who wins, you or Coach Bray?
Me, every time.
And this year, that might even be true.
That is true. And so proud of the growth that he has shown. Coming in, we needed him to be a main guy. Jack, he has answered the call for us and proud, and he can still get better.
Absolutely. Next up for the Irish, the renewal of one of the most competitive and exciting rivalries in all of college basketball in recent years. When we come back, we'll preview Notre Dame's trip to Louisville.
Couple of quizzes. Dinner? I don't know. Oh, love that. Send me the recipe. You too, Mom.
Hey, Jake.
Hey, what are you doing?
We're just sitting down for dinner.
Perfect. Mind if I join you?
You did it.
Whenever you're close to Meyer, you're a little closer to home.
A financial institution is behind many of the milestones in your life. Pick one that sees you as more than just an account number. Own your dreams. Join a credit union today.
Wednesday night, you head on down to Louisville. I know the question everybody's asking you is, how many overtimes?
Jack, it's amazing. We had a year off from overtimes last year. We were in different leagues, but now that we're back together, I was recruiting in Louisville this summer, and that's all their fans said. How many are we playing? But we've had great matchups with them. The Yum Center is a tough place to play. They're going to press us, and then they're going to go back and play zone. We have to be ready.
Coach, thanks and good luck. We'll have all the highlights of the Notre Dame-Louisville game on our next show. Until then, thank you so much for watching, and as always, go Irish. Inside Notre Dame Basketball with Mike Bray has been presented by TireRack.com and brought to you by Team Notre Dame members Gatorade, Under Armour, Coke Zero, and Sprint. Inside Notre Dame Basketball is also sponsored by ATI Physical Therapy, Bank of America, CBTS, Xfinity, Meyer, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Sirius XM Satellite Radio, and UPS.